Every hunter in solo leveling fears the gates, but the beings on the other side, they only fear each other. The Monarchs, 9 ancient kings of extinction built to erase humanity. One of them commands an army of 10 million dragons, and he is still not number 1 on this list. We're ranking all of them from weakest to strongest, and by the end, you'll see why the top spot was never even a competition. Because these are the kings whose war shaped everything: the gates, the system, and the man who inherited it all. Rank 10, Querehsha, the monarch of plagues and queen of insects. If bugs make your skin crawl, she is your nightmare with a crown. Querehsha runs necromancy, the same class of power as Jinwoo, but her version is nastier. She pumps parasites into the dead and puppets the corpses like marionettes. Add mana constructs that crush hunters in midair and venom seeping straight out of her body. Her true form is worse, a swarming insect horror with limbs erupting from her back. And the twist? She treated her insects like her own children. She even grew soft for Baru. Too bad, queen. Baru already has a master. Rank 9, Baran, the monarch of white flames and king of demons. And let's kill the confusion right now. The Baran that Jinwoo destroyed in the demon castle was a replica, a watered-down copy built by the system. The real one? A gray-skinned titan with burning white hair, 4 horns, and 0 fear of death. He summoned his own demonic legion through portals, hell's answer to a shadow army, and fired torrents of lightning from his mouth. If the fake version pushed Jinwoo to his limit, imagine the original. And the way the real Baran died tells you everything about rank 3. Hold that thought. Rank 8, Tarnak, the monarch of the iron body, king of monstrous humanoids. Blonde hair, sharp suit level looks, almost human, almost. He despised humanity. The idea of a human becoming a monarch literally disgusted him. And when the pretty face cracks, and I mean physically cracks, green light bleeding through the seams, Tarnak becomes a colossal golem of dark iron. No tricks, no tactics, just a walking demolition event that flattens everything in its path. Rank 7, Rakan, the monarch of Fangs and king of beasts. This guy ate a man for accidentally bumping into him. That's the whole personality. In base form, he's already one of the fastest, hardest-hitting monarchs alive. Then comes the transformation, a giant white wolf with glowing red eyes, one of the most terrifying reveals in the entire series. And here's the detail most people miss. Like Baek Yoon-ho, Rakan can transform partially, arms, legs, torso, stacking beast power on a humanoid frame. Same trick as the tiger, on a completely different scale. Rank 6, Sillad, the monarch of frost and king of the snowfolk. He put a squad of A-rank hunters to sleep by snapping his fingers. That was him being polite. Sillad bends winter itself. Walls of ice, blizzards on command, frozen weapons, ice golems, and a breath attack that flash freezes everything in front of him. He looks like a frail old man, until his true form hits like an ultimate glow-up. Younger, elven ears, hair burning like white-blue fire. The grandpa look is bait. The blizzard is real. Rank 5. Legia, the monarch of the beginning and king of giants. The others arrive swinging. Legia arrives in chains. When we meet him, he's locked in a dungeon boss room wrapped in mana-absorbing restraints. Because the rulers themselves decided this monarch was too dangerous to roam free. Want the receipt? The supergiant that nearly leveled Japan, a national-level threat, got that strong just from soaking in Legia's leaking mana. His leftover energy creates national-level monsters. Now do the math on the source. Rank 4, Yogumunt, the monarch of Transfiguration, king of demonic specters. A floating old man in a bone mask who plays the battlefield like 4-dimensional chess. Purple gates opening everywhere, armies and assassins teleporting exactly where they hurt most. He called Jinwoo's father a weakling not worth his time. Cold. But here's the proof of his rank. Antares, the strongest monarch alive, trusted Yogumunt to command his forces. The king of dragons does not delegate to the weak. Rank 3, Ashborn, the monarch of shadows and king of the dead. A mountain of black armor, purple fire for hair, and an undying army millions deep. Legends like Bellion and Igris marching at his word. Remember Baran, the demon king from rank 9? Ashborn crushed his skull. One hand. That's the gap. But here's what nobody expects. Ashborn was the closest thing the monarchs had to a saint. He respected humans. He was tired of eternal war. So instead of fighting forever, he did something no monarch had ever done. He went looking for a human heir. Not to rule through him, to end the cycle, to hand over his power, his legacy, and his war, and finally rest. Rank 2. Antares, the Monarch of Destruction and King of Dragons. 10 million dragons. That's not a metaphor, that's his army. Even Ashborn admitted that in a pure one-on-one, Antares takes it. His signature move is the Breath of Destruction, wounds that never heal. Shadows hit by it can't regenerate, flesh stays scarred forever. He has a human-dragon hybrid form with reptilian armor and a white helm. Intimidating. Then he stops holding back and becomes an apocalypse with wings. A colossal red dragon whose power stops being measurable. Calm, arrogant, untouchable. Almost. Because unlike the others, Antares carries a warrior's honor. Impress him in battle and he will acknowledge you. One human eventually did. Rank 1. Sung Jin-woo, the weakest hunter of mankind. The guy hospitals knew by name. And that weakness is exactly why he won. Because Ashborn had been watching. Watching a broken E-rank walk into death again and again for his family and refuse to stay down. Every near death was an audition Jin-woo didn't know he was taking. The double dungeon, the system, the daily quests, all of it was Ashborn's trial. And when Jin-woo passed, he inherited everything. Shadow extraction, shadow exchange, an army that would grow past 10 million soldiers. Igris, Beru, Bellion, Tusk, all of them, loyal forever. He tore through the monarchs one by one, until the kings who once hunted humanity were being hunted by one human. In astralization, wrapped in living black armor and burning purple energy, Jin-woo isn't just the strongest monarch. He's one of the strongest characters anime has ever produced. Quote me.
One more thing before you lock in your ranking, because every war has two sides. The monarchs weren't rampaging through the universe unopposed. For eons, they were locked in an endless war against the rulers, beings of pure light, the self-appointed guardians of the human world, and the same beings who wrapped Legia in those mana-absorbing chains. Their war is the reason gates started tearing open on Earth. Their war is the reason humanity got dragged into all of this. And their full story, who they are, what they wanted, and the shocking thing they did to win, that's the next video. So, would the real Baran crack the top 3? Is Antares actually above Ashborn? Drop your ranking in the comments, subscribe so you don't miss the rulers explained, and I'll see you in the next one.